A lot in the media spoken about Ross Lyon. The players, has he lost them? Their response today has been by their actions, and they're supporting their coach.
All the criticism he's been copping over the last couple of weeks, the way you see him now is the way he's been all year, and he wants us to stay motivated, all the younger boys as well, so it's been good.
Ross has been setting us up really well, and we as players just haven't been executing. So I think for our whole footy club, our coaches, our players, it's due reward for effort.
Yes, it was an amazing performance and an amazing display of support for Ross Lyon from the playing group. I mean, he was challenged through the week. They were challenged through the week. Some of the media had said he'd lost the players. Well, everyone who turned in and saw that game, Brownie, saw a group that were there to prove a point.
Yeah, they're on the right track. They've had a lot of injuries. I think it's hilarious that they're trying to drive him out of town. So it must be just the media, I think, because anyone with any knowledge about his coaching ability, I think, would want to keep him. Well,
what you saw on the weekend was after Geelong got off to a pretty good start playing really slow football, they had the one percenters, and then their leader actually took control of the game. And we just see a couple of these one percenters here. I mean, they were manic, and if they could bring this manic action over to Melbourne on the weekend, they will continue to be in the finals race. If they drop off, then they're going to be out of it as soon as early as next week. They went in slightly smaller, but each and every person was driven by the one result. And this bloke, he put on a clinic after half time.
They looked like the best team in WA on the weekend, Joe.
They did indeed.
Yeah, I think it's the intangibles in it when you're watching a game of football. It's just, I mean, Hill's outside run and Lingdon's outside run and their ability to put pressure on. I mean, unfortunately for Ross, it's got personal over there in WA, and anyone as Brownie that really dissects his record knows that he's an exceptional coach, and they're really lucky to have him. But for whatever reason, none of us can work out why it has got so personal. So it's obviously been tough for him, but you can see that the players have really flown the flag for themselves, firstly, and their footy club.
So the frustration in all of that for Fremantle supporters is why doesn't it happen more often? You know, flying the flag on the back, the reaction, whatever you want to call it, but is it a sustainable thing or is it a one-off? Or I mean, that's effort-driven, you're saying.
Absolutely. But what I see is a side that was in the 8 4 or 5 weeks ago that have had a lot of injury issues, and they've been challenged, and every club has their ups and downs. But that effort was enough to me to say they're on the right track.
So they got secured at Marvel on the weekend. Are you confident you'll see that again?
Well, I think that you'd be expecting to see it. Now, if it drops off like it did last week...
You expect to see it every week.
I understand that.
So
but this is why we don't know who's Premier. This is why we don't know who's going to finish up in the 8. The lists are skinny now. You only have to have 1 or 2 things go wrong, little minor things. 2 or 3 players drop off, you get one selection thing wrong, and you can fall away. Now, they'll be disappointed as a group if they fall away as badly as they did last week. But what I saw was a really committed effort, and hopefully they can sustain that through.
I think the other thing, guys, is you're always relying on your better players because of the reason, particularly if you've got injuries. You look at the coaches' votes. I think it was Walters, Fife and Hill were the first. There's a lot of pressure on the best players in the competition at the moment, particularly the teams that get injured. So if you're going to get a performance like that from your better players, then it's certainly a lot easier from the guys out in the periphery.